a shot with the HUD in, then I'll upload that one to YouTube. If not, then I'll just upload the other one. And we'll go over his messages too. This games theater mode is so slow. Alright, so let me just grab my phone real quick and start reading this shit for you. Alright, keep in mind, the very first message I sent this guy was good game. Just keep that in mind. Alright, loading. Gonna have to switch player cams and everything. Where is Lifeline? Okay, I wasn't spawned in that. That's why I was doing that. Yeah, it seemed like you can't get that. This is really weird. Give me a sec. SS, auto, change camera perspective, options. There we go. Also, he killed me right there, apparently. So since this is probably going to be the one I'll upload to YouTube, I'll go over the brief thing again. This Velociraptor kid is like a 2.9 KD, something crazy like that. He's obviously a pub star. He doesn't know how to handle comp players, so he can't win against them. And he's really salty when he loses because he's a pub star. That's what they do. So, no, when I saw his stats, my KD is a 2.05 right now. You know, it's decent. It's not great. It's decent. My free-for-all KD, on the other end, for the monthly leaderboard is above a 3. So, I'm a solid player. I play for Lifeline Gaming. You guys know this already. And I've been playing, like, competitive for a long ass time. So, I see this dude in the lobby, I'm like, alright, challenge, I'm gonna stay. That was such a cool glitch, dude. And I start going at it, right? I'm like, I'll play this like a comp game. Like, I'll play defensive, not too aggressive, but I'll play fast. I'll play fast. This is exactly what I did the whole game. And so, you know, as you can see, my aim was a bit sloppy in the beginning. I died a couple times to him. I think he killed me all 3 times. So right now I'm like 10 and 3, 11 and 3. And I believe he's the one that killed me all 3 times. So, back there. I'm gonna wait, before I read the messages, I'm gonna wait for the game to get to a certain point. Right there's my first kill on him, I believe. And it's not gonna stop him. Go up here. This dude's spamming the break key. Thought I killed a guy. I get my first hater right here. So hater's out. I see the minimap. I nearly killed myself right there. That would have been hilarious. So I wait a little bit, get my boost back, and jump up. I see this shock charge. I don't proceed any further. I avoid it. Then I see the triangle right there, the Dorito chip. This is where things starts getting a little bit weird. Right, I'm gonna say this because this has to do with his messages, like I said before. So, I go down here, and then I'll go through house, if I remember correctly, and outside after I kill this one dude that's just around the corner. Yeah. Was it? No, okay, yeah. I'll jump over here, I'll kill this one guy, and then I'll explain what's going on. Right here. That sentry gun right now, Velociraptor was winning. That sentry gun is what's doing like half the work for him. Because I think that's one of the best spots on this map to put the sentry at. The other one's on the cube on the spawn. So, the first message I send this guy after this match, right, is GG. Well, specifically, GG man. And then he sends me a reply. He says, oh, question mark. And then he sends another message with awareness in all caps. This is my setup, by the way. I'm using VMP extended mag grip helo, as you can see in the bottom. I'm using fast hands. I believe I'm using fuck, what is that perk called? The one that makes you immune to counter UAVs? I might be wrong, it might be on a different class, but I think so. And then I'm using awareness, dead silence. So, dude thought I was using awareness in the final kill cam. I guess pick up the free double here, free double specialist. And then I reply to him saying awareness in all caps with yeah, with a question mark. And then he writes, "You're just as bad as the kid with the brecci." And I'm like, or brecci. I'm not sure which pronunciation you guys want to use. Speaking of which, he's using the brecci right now, as you can see right there. So I get my back-to-back hater. I'm going strong. I'm beating him. He kills me right there with the brecci. So after he sent me that, I replied. I pre-fired the shit out of him there. I replied to him salty. Because that's what he was being. He was being salty. I killed him for the final kill too. Then he replies to me really question mark, okay pub star. First off, I'm not a pub star. I'm a comp player, so like it doesn't bother me. So I correct him. I write comp player with like little asterisks, right? And then he replies, lol, don't make me laugh. Awareness, and proceeds to say what I'm using is bad. Sad little boy. Oops, did I melt you? I'm like, nah. And then he says this, awareness is banned, scrub. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say this. I played 3 games with this guy. The first one I won 30-4. The second one I lost 29-10, I believe. And then the third game I lost by a landslide. The reason why I lost the third game is because he was using a Peacekeeper with rapid fire and high caliber. Now, anybody that plays competitive knows that the Peacekeeper is a DLC weapon. The Peacekeeper is banned. High caliber and rapid fire also ban attachments, unless you're playing CWL, in which case the attachment can be banned depending on the situation. So I reply to him, pay to win gun. And then I reply, awareness isn't banned. With a bunch of like laughing emote, because I'm using my phone. And then I reply, the Peacekeeper, though, is banned. And then he says, goes to show you've never won a dime in your life. Keep this in mind. As the current time, I am regional champion 2 times. So, yes, I've won money playing comp. So I reply, Lemafau, which is laughing my ass off. Or, well, laughing my fucking ass off. And then he left the lobby. And then I send him a message saying, why'd you leave? Then he proceeds to say to me, oh, well, I've got better things to do than listen to your prepubescent voice. Now, keep in mind, you guys can't see his level right now, but that dude's level 931. And then I write, like what? Mr. Level 900 plus, which is a fair point. And then I say, better things to do? Yeah, sure. And then he sends me, like, the clap emote. And to be honest, to be fair, I was getting a little bit salty, right? This dude's sitting there disrespecting me. I'm not going to let it slide. So I say, where's your 2 KD with all the ARs and sub? Because I do, except the ICR. My ICR KD is 1.94. I mean, it's pretty close to a 2, so. Also, the ICR shit. And then I said, Mr. using DLC gun and lethal streaks, specialist, cause no skills. And to be fair, he was using a ban weapon, ban attachment, ban kill streak, because the sentry gun in competitive is outright banned. It's not even like you can protect it, you can ban. It's outright banned, just like the care package, just like the UAV, just like the hater, just like the guard. So, sure, I was using my fair share of banned things. If you keep in mind that, I was using the UAV counter, UAV hater, but this is pubs, right? But one thing for sure is awareness is not banned. So then he replies to me, haha. And then I say what all comp player would say, Lemau, I would smoke you in a LAN. And then he replies, sure bud, it's okay. Not my first time playing someone who thinks they're good and gets crapped. You won't be the last in my gaming career. And this just made me laugh. Like, honestly, that was the funniest thing I've heard all day. I quoted, in all caps, gaming career, said a scrub who does not own a PS4. I realize right now that this is a Xbox One gameplay, but I do own a PS4. Like, I just want to get that out of the way. I do own a PS4. I do own COD on PS4 as well. And a lot of my team members are on PS4. And then I proceeded to spam COD Comp is on PS4 now, scrub. And then I said, gaming career, that's the best one I've heard yet, with a bunch of laughing emote, because let's be honest, it really is. And then he replies, KK lol. And then I replied what all, like, self-respecting adult would reply. You have no sponsors. How can you classify you wasting hours and hours of your time on a game? A gaming career. And then I said, by the way, lifelinegaming.org, the whole team sends their wishes on your gaming career, quote. And then he replies, I don't care. And to this I say, well, no comp, no LAN, no team, no LAN, no money, no career. Get real. And then he replies to me, you literally act like you're all a bag of chips. Wait, you're all that and a bag of chips, excuse me. Yet you can't win a pub match. But as you can see from this gameplay right now, I am 30-4 using non-lethal streaks and specialist, no ban attachments, and perks that aren't banned. Although, I guess if you want to go the CW route, the UAV and hater are banned in competitive. So, that's on me. I admit it. Still, I'd rather be using that than lethal streaks. Because my encounters are pretty much decided at gun skills and not, some other factor. So he says to me, get over yourself. And then I replied, but I did win. I went 30-4, which is the gameplay you've just seen. And then I replied, with non-lethal streaks, using glitch as a specialist and not the lethal one, and a weapon without rapid fire, and high caliber, because, those are banned. Like your Peacekeeper Mark II. Oh, and by the way, the COD World League does not ban awareness. But it does ban sentry guns. With a bunch of laughing emotes. And then I quoted him twice. Quote, get over yourself, end quote. Open quote, my gaming career, end quote. And then I wrote laughing my fucking ass off. And then I wrote, the pub stomper with no skill is butthurt because he lost a legit match. So he started using ban shit and then he boasts about his gaming career. All that after I sent a GG. Sore loser thinks he has a career. That's cute. But it's cool. Because I'll record the goddamn match anyway. And then he wrote, lol question mark. You clearly can't read. And then I wrote, what do you mean? And he has not replied since. So, I just wanted to share this with you guys, because this is essentially an into the life of somebody who plays on competitive circuits, whether regional, national, it doesn't matter. We all get, like, everybody that plays comp, that goes into pub matches, they're, like, not even well known. Like, for example, I'm known regionally. I'm known regionally pretty well. Like, if I go to Play and Trade, which sponsors me, anybody that shops there knows me. So, I'm pretty known. My team's pretty known. We distributed a bunch of business cards, so I'm known. My team is known. Maybe not on an international level, but for the most part, we're a real team. We're real people. We compete. We do LAN events. We host tournaments with our sponsors. So it just goes to show that all this nonsense, all these players, the pub stumpers, right? The reason why they get so much hate is not because comp players are toxic. On the contrary, when I get killed, when I win a match, I'll praise the person, right? For putting up a good challenge. I'll praise the person for killing me if they, this one guy earlier killed me across the map on Redwood with an LMG, which I believe is the Dingo. It has like crazy recoil and fire rate. I don't remember which one it is, but I hate LMGs with a passion. But when he killed me, I praised him and I said, "Good shot," because I would not have been able to take that shot, not with that gun. So I'm humble and respectful, and what I expect people is to be humble and respectful back. It's just something that's logical. And for somebody to start acting this way after a GG was sent is completely ridiculous. And while it's true that I did go overboard with some of the messages, to be honest, I was having a little bit too much fun with that. There goes to a point where if you keep adding on and adding on, you're just gonna get slapped. That's how life works. And our AR anchor sent him a message saying like he got murked on the first game because he did. And so like I'm not phased. Like the dude, yeah, right. The dude won 2 matches against me. So what? Good game. But if he wants to go with his logic, he was using lethal streaks that are banned. He was using a weapon that's banned with attachments that are banned. So if my victory doesn't count, then so doesn't his. And that's pretty much all I had to say for this. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.